Good morning. You're going to create a party invite today. So in your Google Classroom, you'll have the party invite right here. I will put a video down here for you so that you can watch the video. And the invite, you're going to create a title. You're going to tell me when the party is going to be. You're going to tell me where it's going to be. You're going to pick about 5 things that you're going to do at the party. And you're also going to find 5 things that you would like to eat at the party. You will then find some clip art that matches your theme. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on that file that is your party invite, and it will open up to a blank sheet of paper. Now the tools that you're going to use are going to be this toolbar right here. We are going to stick to the text box. We will insert images. You might do some shapes. But we're also going to mess around with the background as well as get over to Google Images and find some images online. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get up and you need to come up with a title for it. So you'll go over here and you will go ahead and type in your title. So when you get your title typed in, I'm going to have a little hiking party. Once you type it in, you're going to go over here and you're going to make it bigger. You're going to change the font. So you will choose a font, you will choose your size, and you will also go over here and choose your color. You'll make it look nice, and I got a little hiking party. When you have that done, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to have to type in those details about when, where, the activities, and the food. And you can see I already have this done for the sake of making this video a little bit quicker. I am then going to move this over so it is right in the middle of the paper. This one I want off to the side, so I'm going to move it over here. But don't get too close to the side, you can't print. So as you can see here, I've got my win underlined. I also made my win really big. I put it at 27. But November 7th, I made it 21. So I made my font size a little bit lower for my information, but my titles over here I made a little bit bigger. One of the other things that I added over here, other than making sure that the when, the where, the activities, I kind of have some different colors. And I kind of need to go in over here and maybe choose a different color. Something that I haven't used yet, maybe a little bit darker of a red, something like that. And then I want a different color for the title. I want 4 titles. I want them in 4 different colors. So I'll go over here and do a little purple. So there you go. It looks a little bit better. But one of the things I did over here is I added what is called bullets. So I put down my activities, and I will go over here and get rid of my bullets. I put my activities on each of their own lines. I then went over and I selected these activities. And then I went up over here where you have a little bullet in the line, and you can see the bulleted list. Now, if you just click it, you get little dots. But if you click the little drop-down area, you can choose between arrows and stars and other things that you would like. So I'm going to go back to my stars, and usually they will match the color that you chose. So you can see I've got my when, where, I've got my activities. Now, the white paper is looking kind of boring, so I'm actually going to go up here to the background. And when I go to the background, you can see the color. And when I click here, you can go through and you can choose a color. You just want to make sure that it's not like any color font that you chose. So you want to make sure it's looking nice. If I go back to background, you can go over here and you can also see a gradient. I kind of like the gradients because they're dark on the outside, but they're a little bit lighter on the inside. So that one looks kind of cool. So I will keep it like that. You then need to get over to Google Images, and I won't show you this, but if I come over here, I found a picture of kids hiking. So again, I'm going to get it off the bottom. I also went up to the shapes over here, and I grabbed a sun, a cloud, so I'll just throw the sun in there. And then again, come over here to the paint bucket and change the color of the sun. And then the line on the outside I'm going to make yellow so it kind of stands out a little bit. So I've got a little sun over there. It looks like I needed a couple more pictures floating around here just to make my party invite look good. So what I did is I went in and I searched for a border, and I found these little little marshmallows. I also then found a little bit of hiking boots. And you can see if I'm going to put that on the top, then I'm going to have to click on the blue line and kind of bring this down a little bit, which means I'm going to have to click on the blue line to bring this down a little bit. And you can see that looks a little bit better. And the last one is if you're going to go hiking, then you need some little knives to go a little hiking. And then you can see I've got to move my words over a little bit so they're not on top. And then I've got to move my sun because you don't want any pictures on top of things. So you can see over here that that I've kind of got it done. And you can see how I put in my 4 or 5 pictures right there. I've got my different colors. I've got my different fonts. It kind of looks pretty good. I do want to show you one other thing that I did. This picture right here, you have a little crop tool, and this picture is deceiving because when I searched over here, I believe I went hiking border clip art. So when I searched for this, I believe I found somewhere, I found a border around, and you can find different ones. Some of them work, some of them don't. So like if I take this one looks really cool, and I 2-finger tap and I copy the image. But when I come over here and I put it in, you can see you're going to end up with a white background to your border, and you can also see that your border is really pixely, so it really doesn't necessarily look the best. So if you're going to do a border like this, you're going to have to live with the white. This should be the first thing that you put in, because then when you come over and you put in the words will actually be on top of it. And since I did this last, all these words are in front of it. Now, you learned in 2nd grade you could click on this and go up to arrange. You could go to order, and you could send that picture all the way to the back. So you could see you can also do that at the end. So if you forget, you just have to remember what you did in 2nd grade by going to arrange and putting it in the background. But I think that's a little bit too much, so I'm going to get rid of it. But I will show you what I did here. I've got a little scissor tool, and you can see this was actually the whole picture. And you can see these little black lines. I'll bring them out so that this is the piece of clip art that I had originally. And oops. And so when I had this picture, I didn't want the whole thing. I just wanted pieces of it. So when you click on this picture, you have a crop tool, which is like scissors. And if you click on it, watch the blue line turn to black. So you can see you've got these little black edges right here. And if you grab one, I just brought this edge in over to the knives. Oh, I grabbed the blue one. So let's make sure you grab that black one. And I put it over to the edge. And then I grabbed this black edge and brought it over. And then when I clicked, I was done. And the way I did this top one is I grabbed the circle and I twisted it. So don't forget that you can then twist it to have the top. And I'm going to make that one perfectly straight at 90 degrees. And you can see I've still got a little bit of green over there, so I'm going to go back to the crop. And then I will grab this just a little bit more and kind of squeeze that in so that green isn't distracting. When you're done here and you have it in, you can go ahead and X out. If you go back over to your project, and I'll come over, I think I was doing this with, oh, not McKenna. I think I was doing this with, Mrs. Krebs. Sorry about that. So if you view the assignment, and maybe I wasn't, and I click on it, oh, there's my party invite. I don't know why it was white over there, but you can look at that everything is there. And so then I come back here and I'm like, all right, did I have a title? Did I have the when? Did I have the where? Did I put 5 things to do and 5 foods? So I got to go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And not only did I do the food, I also kind of described it a little bit. I put in trail mix, but I also put what was in the trail mix. I put Snickers, and I described it as the perfect hiking snack for energy. So I didn't just be boring and put in just the name of the food. I also kind of gave a little description of it. So when you're done, you will actually X out. You will actually come over here, and you will turn it in. This is something that you should start today and come close to finishing. If not, I might give you a few minutes later this week. So good luck. Have fun.